Hey everyone, welcome back to Singularity, the place where we take science, tech, and military hardware, stir it with some curiosity, and serve it with a dash of sarcasm. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button like you're firing a PL-15 missile. Because today we're flying deep into China's skies to talk about not one but two fifth-generation stealth jets, the J-20 and the J-35. Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride through espionage, engine smoke, and geopolitical drama. Let's kick things off with the J-20, also known as the Mighty Dragon. Built by Chengdu Aerospace Corporation, yup, the same guys who made the J-10 and J-11. This is China's crown jewel in aerial stealth tech. But here's the thing, it's not just a jewel, it's a giant jewel. This plane is huge. It's longer and wider than the American F-22 Raptor. And when you park the two next to each other, the J-20 looks like the Raptor's oversized cousin who hits the gym and the buffet. The J-20's story kicks off in the late 1990s under China's JXX program, a top-secret push to build a stealth fighter that could flex over the South China Sea. The first prototype took flight in 2011. After years of tweaking, testing, and let's be honest, hacking, China officially unveiled the jet in 2017. The development reportedly cost around $10 billion, and each J-20 has a price tag of approximately $100 million. Not exactly cheap, but hey, who said stealth was budget-friendly? Not bad compared to the F-35's $400 billion program. But hold that thought. There's some spicy gossip about how China got the tech to make this happen. Now you might be wondering, how did China suddenly get so good at stealth technology? Well, here's where things get juicy. Allegedly, China got their hands on pieces of a downed F-117 stealth bomber from the Kosovo War. US President Bill Clinton couldn't stop it, and Chinese agents may have scavenged what was left of America's then top-secret stealth plane. Fast forward a few years and things get even more wild. China was caught hacking into the systems of US defense contractors and stealing over 10 terabytes of data related to the F-22 and F-35 programs. Engines, radar systems, weapon bay designs, stealth coatings, you name it. Even the FBI got involved, catching multiple spies in the aerospace sector. President Obama? He didn't exactly send a strongly worded email to Beijing. There are rumors that some of the espionage tactics involved young, attractive operatives getting close to engineers. You can't make this stuff up. It's part Cold War, part James Bond, part Netflix series waiting to happen. Unsurprisingly, when the J-20 was unveiled, analysts saw striking resemblances to American stealth jets. The body shape, engine layout, cooling systems, and even the weapon bay mechanisms all look suspiciously familiar. But the one area China really struggled with? The engines. Oh boy, the engines. The J-20's engine has changed 3 times. Initially, they relied on Russian AL-31 engines, which were never meant for stealth jets. Then they tried making their own, the WS-10. And well, that didn't go so smoothly. At the 2016 Zhuhai Air Show, the J-20 left behind a plume of black smoke like a 1990s diesel truck. Not exactly what you want from your flagship stealth aircraft. The goal now is to equip the J-20 with the new WS-15 engine, which supposedly offers thrust vectoring control like the F-22. If it works, great. But until then, the J-20 suffers from frequent malfunctions, short engine lifespans, and power loss issues. In terms of specs, the J-20 can fly over Mach 2 and reach altitudes above 60,000 feet. The Chinese Air Force envisions it as a long-range fighter capable of patrolling the entire South China Sea. Its stealth coating is a mixed bag. Some reports suggest it's decent, but can degrade quickly in bad weather or at high speeds. Plus, the J-20 uses forward canards, those little wings near the cockpit, which seriously increase its radar cross-section. Experts estimate its RCS is about 0.1 square meters. For comparison, the F-35's RCS is a jaw-dropping 0.001 square meters. That's the difference between a watermelon and a grape on radar. Now let's talk about weapons. The J-20 carries 6 long-range PL-15E missiles internally and can carry up to 6 more externally in beast mode. These missiles can allegedly hit targets over 400 kilometers away. That's like taking a shot at your ex's house from a neighboring city. The J-20 doesn't carry a gun, only missiles, which is fine if you never miss, but problematic if you need to dogfight. Anti-ground capabilities? Barely there. It's mostly an air-to-air beast. China claims its radar is on par with the F-35's AESA system. but let's just say Western analysts are skeptical. Without a solid radar lock, those long-range missiles are about as useful as Wi-Fi in a submarine. So far, China has produced around 200 J-20s, with production ramping up to 120 jets per year. Love it or hate it, this is a fighter jet the world can't ignore. Remember, in the Second World War, it was the humble Sherman tank that overwhelmed the mighty German Tiger. Not with tech, but with numbers. Alright, let's now move on to the J-35, China's carrier-based 5th-gen stealth fighter, developed by Shenyang Aircraft Corporation. If the J-20 is a mighty dragon, then the J-35 is a Gyrfalcon, sleek, fast, and optimized for naval combat. The design may have begun in the early 2000s, but things really took off when China realized their previous carrier jet, the J-15, a copy of Russia's Su-33, was a flying disaster. The J-15 was too big, too heavy, and too dangerous. Poor quality engines led to multiple crashes and even fatalities during testing. Clearly, China needed something new. Enter the FC-31 prototype, which evolved into the J-35 after significant redesigns. The J-35's development cost around $13 billion and, surprise, it also benefited from the same hacked data and stealth research obtained from the F-117, F-22, and F-35 programs. Just like its cousin, the J-20, the J-35 shows uncanny similarities to American stealth jets, particularly the F-35. Over its lifetime, the J-35 has swapped out 4 different engines: the RD-93S, WS-13E, RD-33MK, and now the WS-19. Each engine swap required major airframe changes, and with every change, the jet looked more and more like the F-35. Coincidence? You tell me. Unlike the F-35's single powerful engine, the J-35 uses 2 engines because none of China's engines can match the thrust output. This dual-engine layout takes up valuable space inside the fuselage, limiting its internal weapon bay compared to the F-35. They're hoping the WS-19 will finally offer super cruise capability, flying at supersonic speeds without afterburners, but early prototypes still trail dark smoke at air shows. Definitely not stealthy. One ongoing challenge is building a compact engine with high thrust and reliability. Right now, the J-35 is aiming for a top speed of Mach 2.2 and a weapons load of 6,000 kilograms. That's decent, but the success hinges entirely on future engine performance. Like the J-20, the J-35 claims to have stealth coatings and radar tech comparable to the F-35. But without any verified data, it's like saying your budget smartphone is just as good as an iPhone. One thing the J-35 does get right: no forward canards, meaning a lower radar signature than the J-20. And here's where the J-35 might truly shine. It's being designed for operation on China's new generation of aircraft carriers, including the 5th-Gen. With electromagnetic catapults and flat deck designs similar to American supercarriers, these new Chinese ships might actually allow the J-35 to launch at full weight and fuel capacity, a major improvement over the ski-jump carriers of the past. This development could shift the balance of naval air power in the Indo-Pacific region, especially if the J-35 can reach full operational capability. Additionally, there's talk of a land-based version of the J-35 for export, which might appeal to countries looking for a cheaper alternative to the F-35. This could open up new defense partnerships and shift global alliances, especially among nations that are shut out of U.S. defense contracts. So, what do we make of China's 2 5th-gen stealth fighters? The J-20 is big, ambitious, and still wrestling with engine issues. The J-35 is leaner, meant for carriers, and while still in development, it has significant strategic implications. Together, they showcase China's determination to catch up with the US and Russia in the skies. Through espionage, reverse engineering, and sheer industrial persistence, China is building a formidable air force. Whether these jets are truly equal to their Western counterparts remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure: they're not going away. And hey, let's give credit where it's due. China turned Cold War tech scraps and a few terabytes of borrowed data into a fleet of 5th-gen fighters. That's like downloading a cooking app and then running your own Michelin star restaurant. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into military tech, space, science fiction, and everything in between, make sure to subscribe to Singularity. Give that like button a little supersonic tap and let us know in the comments, F-35 or J-20, who wins? Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies, and your firewall's locked tight.